So I just got back from seeing Toy Story 5, and this is going to be a spoiler-free review. I'm not going to go into any sort of intricate detail, but I want to give my thoughts on this fifth installment of this very much beloved franchise. So if you're not familiar, Toy Story 5 revolves around the toys continuing to try to be there for Bonnie, and Bonnie trying to kind of interweave with the way the world is, try to make friends, try to, you know, basically in a world run by mostly technology. For example, Lily here, where everybody is attached to their screens. She is feeling very, you know, outsider like because she still plays with all the toys that we've, grown to love throughout this entire franchise. When it comes to the plot of this movie, I think this is, in my opinion, the best Toy Story movie in the franchise. I think it hits some of the emotional highs better than any other movie in the franchise. But it still has the humor and just the fun adventure vibes that you look forward to when you're watching a Toy Story film. The only thing I can say about this movie that may sound negative, I don't think it's an extremely rewatchable movie. It's not like a Toy Story 1 and 2 that you're going to want to watch a bunch. But if you want to feel emotional payoffs for from Toy Story all the way to 5 and how these characters have evolved throughout that time, I think Toy Story 5 does a beautiful job of hitting the mark. Having the story tackle the concept of growing up in the modern era with, like I said, screens everywhere, people on their phones, people on their tablets, as you see with the lily pad, where some parents tend to use objects like this as babysitters. It is really sad to see the world the way it is, and then having Bonnie, who, again, just feels really left out because she just wants to play with her toys and have a vivid imagination and be very creative when it comes to how she spends her free time as a child. The best part about this film, in my personal opinion, is what Toy Story does so well, and that is basically getting in the minds of these toys and seeing how the world looks to them and how they're trying to figure out what purpose and what place in the world they serve. Overall, as a continuation of Bonnie's story, I think that this was a very, smart, very modern, very inventive take to see how toys that some may consider ancient are having to basically battle their time and see who cares more about the character like Bonnie with something like technology. The big divide that you see in the trailers is, we can be extremely connected with tech, but is that the same as having a genuine connection with a person? That is the kind of the question that they talk about throughout this film. I think they deal with some very adult ideas of the way the world is, but also if you're a fan of all these characters and all the arcs that they go on, particularly all I'll say is Jessie has a great character arc in this movie. But again, if you're a fan of Toy Story, I think you will feel like it earned your wellness, I guess. Basically, it did what a Toy Story 5 should do, and it continues to prove that every time people think a Toy Story movie shouldn't happen, they keep proving us wrong, and I think 5 continued that track record. And again, for me, I think this is the best movie in the franchise.